Now some people look like on Wall Street or New York are telling it's very unclear about .com because we did not trade .com, and .com is actually, it's only like a cable or a certain way, but it's not really the company. We did not have really .com company. It was like supposed a certain way of wire, I guess, and networking, but it's not a software which is like a company. It's very unclear. We didn't have it, and suddenly big flood of this and nothing clear, basically unexplained. So what is your opinion? What do you think? Well, let me tell you, that big flood before 92, they did not have big flood because it was not any system to explore from home. Because I was analyzing in 92 and I did go outside. You cannot rent computer and explore something. Normally you cannot. So what happened, they had certain communication which is like suppose AT&T and another building, but that was not for exploring from home. That was between few buildings. They had few buildings, I guess. Now .com, I guess, certain computer communication, but the network configuration is different. So there is a, suppose this is building, right? This is building. Hold on, let me show you. This is building. Building and a building. So there are two buildings, right? So there is one way is put the cable between buildings. Okay. So in that case, if I put the cable between buildings, there is no software really. Yeah, on one end something, they run computers, have something, and on the other end, and nothing else. There is no house connected. They just connected. There are no houses, nothing. So they basically, I came to system exploring external system. You can check land lease and land purchase, because in this case, real.com, if you want to put cable, you need to tag here. You don't go to Colorado to tag here, or like in the middle of the country. In my case, because my system is external, and because I have international networking cables, I don't want to put here. For international cables, I need some completely different location. That's what I said. It's, for me, it's better outside of the city if I want international, a lot of cables. So what they did, so I came to system and exploring custom network. My search engine. Search engines, AOL 91 didn't have it, .com didn't have. Those search engines are not .com. You will never find talent for this because it is my intellectual property, and they added "and". So what happened, whatever they had AT&T, another building, and I have new system, completely different network, browser, everything. And my system is supposed to be like east side, west side, and maybe in the middle of the country, and outside of city where I can put a lot of my international cables. So what happened, after 92, after they found from my ex-wife, Olga. She was playing wife and she was submitting some fraudulent papers, but implementing mine. And copyright, they actually in copyright problems. They cannot copyright mine because they would, if they copyright mine, that's a gray market, illegal use. They cannot copyright mine. Those attorneys, they did not copyright. They had to ask every company the origination, and they had to have talent. They didn't have talent. Basically, for IPOs and for trading, they had fraud and forgery about intellectual property. Because I came to system and many software decisions, it's not the cable. Okay, it's not the cable between two buildings. It's a lot of computers, certain buildings, and certain international network. And I had different countries' ends because I came to international network, which is up to today used illegally. Everybody's thinking legal. No, it's illegal. They should not even put copyright sign. They're in violations, intellectual property violations. They cannot put copyright sign on something that they are not entitled to. So what happened, because my ex-wife was writing all kind of stupid papers, look like I allow this, she's wife. First of all, we got divorced and she cannot write all this. She cannot tell for me where I did not even had any part there. She made up. It's because she's divorced, she wants money. So how to get money? Look like his husband. And how to get money? Look like he's allowing. I did not even know what she's writing. I told her my system and everything. She was repeating, but she's not wife and she's I'm not allowing. That's all fraudulent papers. So, but probably some people didn't know, and they started to implement. With that, no authority, no idea, nothing. So basically, what they started to implement is not that cable between buildings. They started to implement external system. I think Al Gore was visiting. Why you visit this? .com is a cable. You should visit cable. You should not visit all those computers between users. That's my system and exploring. They are in illegal use, I'm telling you. I'm going to sue America for illegal use. They fooled the whole planet about this. They never came to this. They got by spying, and they're trying to trade. And so what they said, this is new system and new intellectual property, including software. They're .com. They're not .com. .com is cable between buildings, and wherever they run is .com. You cannot adapt anything unless you got rights. They never got rights to adapt or to add or whatever. So they added .com and to mine, and they started to call mine, my network, international network, and my software decision as .com. Take a look at Google, google.com. Okay, how about this? If you will not prove me that .com people came to search engine like this, you need to shut down your company. Basically, he needs to shut down his company because it's not .com, that's fraud. Because that was my business model, my search engine, my browser, my everything. They have no rights to even start programming. They cannot use that for programming and offering to people. You want to know about .com? That's not .com. They added .com to illegally acquired intellectual property. If you want .com, you have to put billion right next to AT&T and run another line that would be .com. You did not run that. You do not connect like this. And that software decisions for search engine like Google or Facebook or YouTube or Netflix or Twitter, Amazon, Zillow. I had many. I did think long time. All that is illegal use. And by some trick they put .com. That doesn't make any difference. you're using intellectual property of somebody else and trading, and you added .com to this. Okay, I see right now Mazda SUV. Okay, that's his Mazda. Okay, I just put on my few letters. That's my Mazda now. That's what they're trying to say. They added to mine, and from that time, it belongs to them. All I see right now, GMC Denali truck. Okay, GMC Denali truck. Okay, instead of Denali, okay, I just Ali. I remove Ali and put something else. Okay, from this point, it's my truck. It's my end. That's how they think. It's not that stuff, believe me. So what they're trying to trade after '92, when first AOL started to change. They changed based on illegal use and illegal papers. Like I said, I was divorced. Olga had divorce certificate. She made up as wife. Me allowing. I'm not there. I'm here. She made up, hoping to get through, and look like she's wife. So sending money to us. So she wanna get the money for this, for my intellectual property. Where in reality, that's fraud and forgery, twisting, getting money by illegal ways. You cannot do this. And companies are not supposed to trade that. With that kind of base, companies are not supposed to trade. Because this is illegal base. Now, I don't know, AOL, what they had there. Maybe they started .com, but it's not .com. If you go to the middle of the country, it's a different, completely network configuration, redirection, international market, that browser, all that stuff, which is my stuff, education, banking, trading. That's not .com. It does not belong to .com. They added .com, but they're in violations. You know what I mean? So even if they say we trade .com, they are not .com. You can ask .com people, like AT&T or other people. Okay, .com. They're saying it's .com. But did you talk to them? No. They had some kind of other guys talking. Do you know them? No. Why they added .com? I don't know. I don't know why. Somebody decided to add .com. Who decided? I don't know. We don't know. You see, they don't know. Well, I can tell you, America is in illegal use. America is like this. Oh, nice car. I changed 3 letters on the back. It's my car. How much did you pay for that? Nothing. Wow, that's illegal use. You cannot offer that. You are in unjust enrichment and intellectual property violations. You are not sure? Okay, just call them to judges, to D-School and everywhere. How did you come to that exploring from home? Because this new exploring, they started to trade, it's from home. You can notice. It's not between businesses anymore, it's from home. So they put on my exploring from home that all the development and custom network and everything, even search engine, they put .com on this, edit. But many countries, they don't have it. They still have .jp, .india and so far. So they cannot add really to mine. My original plan was for America.us. I did not have .com, I did not plan .com. But sometimes you can see .us and sometimes .com, but you can add different ends. I see right now they added some kind of extra stuff which is I did not come to this, they added, but what I had based on country, so it's over 200 countries, it's already over 200 ends. But my redirecting is based on the end, so I did not like to have too many ends. So they added .com, but they did not use .com. They started to use my custom design, software engineering, and everything, my decisions, and started to trade with the name of .com. That's big eyewash. It does not matter if this is Toyota, Toyota hybrid, some kind of XLE RAV4. Okay, I just removed few letters, put mine, and started to trade. But it's not your RAV4. See what I mean? You're trying to sell somebody's stuff. So they were trying to sell my stuff with the sticker of .com. I'm not joking. It's true. I know my stuff because you can check any records. Before 92, nobody was exploring from home. Nobody. You can go through lines, through orders, through electronics, through different. Nobody was doing anything from home, and I came to explore and search engine, social network, all this, like Amazon, eBay, this e-commerce, to design, to explore from home. That's why you can check even Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is designed to explore from home, actually, and from what they call internet cafe. It's not internet cafe. It's my system and intellectual property cafe. Internet people did not come to this. So they were in illegal use of mine, because Olga put up all kind of stupid papers there, wife or whatever, they were listening and implementing, thinking it's legal, but it's not. First thing, how you can easily stop. Okay, any company, even starting AOL, Yahoo, Google, Bing, okay, you have .com. Are you trying to say somebody from .com came to the search engine and allowing you to trade? We don't see his attorney, we don't see anybody. You will never see .com person who came to that search engine, because I came to the search engine, not .com. You can ask AT&T and anyone, did you see that before 92? No. They never had international network. It's not just because .jp, .india, it's already not .com. You see what I mean? So that for the .com, it's only you put cable and whatever they hit that .com. It's not designed for social network, nothing. It's designed for few buildings at that time, 92. So because my system has big international network and any kind of network, I did say I need to apply certain networking principles. I cannot really have principles like a computer. You have a computer at home and you have a screen. But when signal is traveling over long distance, because of security and all that, it should be like, if you want to see something, it should be difficult to see. Basically, it should be more secure. It should be more different kind of networking. The networking kind of way. Because if it's inside of house, it goes from screen to computer is one thing. When you submit over long distance, the risk is completely different. So you need certain secure networking ways. That's how I came to it. I need secure networking ways. I didn't like anybody can log in and see what you're doing. So because of that need, you cannot really have the same way as computer, like Oracle. Inside of Oracle, they have computers and screens, and cable goes straight maybe from 5th floor or whatever floor down to the 1st floor. He does not need to apply really networking, all these principles. You know what I mean? Because it's inside of the building. It's kind of secure. Now, if that signal is going far away through different houses, poles on the ocean, you need to have more secure, so nobody can see, basically. So you need to apply this networking different principles, technologies, techniques. So what they did, they applied those techniques or whatever networking, but it was for me to talk. I even told my wife, ex-wife, I need to talk about this, but she doesn't want to listen. She decided to make money going to some party. They're in illegal use. They have no talent. I'm telling you, they have zero talent for this. They never think about this. They cannot even tell Mark Zuckerberg do it, because first of all, it's not .com. You never work for .com, and you are not the person who came to this. That's not your intellectual property. You cannot talk at Innovation Center. You cannot talk to teachers. You cannot copyright that. You cannot copyright an offer as your on Wall Street. In order to trade, it should be your thinking. That's trading rule. It's not like gray market in China keep making and selling on eBay copy of Oakley glasses or copy of this. When it comes to trading, they require thinking guys. You cannot just copy an offer. Doesn't work like this. So what they did basically use mine. A lot of my decisions where I never did allow. All they have is my ex-wife's papers telling his wife where she's divorced, and basically she wanna get money somehow, so she made up all kind of stuff, telling about mine because she felt she could make money on it, so she was telling about mine, but the signatures, the fact she's divorced and all that, it's illegal use. So all those people who are talking about mine, be it Facebook or Twitter or Google or Amazon, eBay, you know, all those cars.com or Zillow, they had illegal papers. It's not my papers. You might see my signatures, but it's forgery. It's not my signatures. I was in United States. You can check my records. You can check my visa, my different records. I never went outside of United States. There is only one place I go. It was Mexico for like 2 days, and then I was in Hawaii, but it's US, but it's kind of US territory, but sometimes US, sometimes not US. But anyway, the fact is, I did not go to those places where my signature is submitted, so it's forgery, and I never signed. Now they use that to talk to different companies, and they'll offer on Wall Street with a sticker of .com, but it's not .com. It's my social network for my external system that people can explore from home. .com didn't have anything for home. I'm telling you, you can check. I had to think a long time to make something for home. People can explore. That's what they do, but I don't like it. I don't like the fact America is allowing that illegal use. On top of it, they go around the whole planet offering my software decisions and my innovations. They want to take credit for me. I'm telling you, they're big liars and fooling people. I'm serious. They're big liars. They have no brain. For what they offer, they have no brain. No brain means they didn't come to this from nothing. Nothing means completely nothing. I came to from completely nothing to network and certain browser and certain software decision and e-commerce. They want to use for free, and they offer. Believe me, many of them should be arrested. They cannot offer it. How can you offer it? It's not your stuff. So what they have, the only they have is all the people I allow. That's not enough. That's not enough. You had to ask for my authority, ID, everything. They said .com. It's not .com. Those who told you, they didn't work in .com. Okay, you want to say they found from .com? No, they didn't find from .com. .com people have no idea what is this new thing about, because they found from my X5, not from .com. They added .com or they added this or that because at some point you need certain network technologies. Because for my system I want to have network technologies because it's traveling over long distance. So they added, but it's for me to add, not for you. You are in illegal use. It's like Oracle, sitting inside of Oracle. He want to add something to his system, screen and computer. It's for him to decide. It's his supposed stuff, right? So that's my exploring and my social network of e-commerce. It's for me to decide. It's not for them to add to mine and offer. That's called illegal use. Basically, for they added, but it does not make any sense. Well, you don't trade the same thing as suppose AT&T had .com. You don't trade that one. You trade new way, new intellectual property. Instead of cable from building to building, it's going to some kind of middle of the country. You see, so it's something different. And now software decisions, and those software decisions they call .com. From .com, that environment, people, they have no idea. We don't have anyone thinking about the Twitter or Facebook or that kind of social network. We never had international network. And that browser, I can tell it's my browser. It's not .com browser. They added .com to my browser. Look like it came from .com. It never came from .com. It came from me. You cannot add anything to mine. But they did. They made like, first of all, they acquire mine without good legal approvals, because all that fraud forgery is not good legal approval. They never had my attorney, nothing. So they started to add anything they want to mine and trade. You cannot trade that. Like I said, if you take suppose particular car and put your letters, it's not your car. It's what they have. It's not their car. Now, when there is a trading, they might say some kind of stuff like, oh, personal, some kind of private personal. From who? Private person? From .com? No, it's not from .com. You need to, because they trade software decisions. It's not .com software decisions like Facebook or Amazon. It's my software decision. I never worked in .com. And those software decisions were in the house, not at your .com building. So you cannot even call anything I have inside of my house. You cannot call as .com because it does not belong to .com. Okay? And it does not belong to web. You cannot call web. It does not belong to internet. You cannot call this internet. If you would get rights, if .com people would get rights for mine, certain compensation plan, attorney, this, yeah, they can call mine as .com. They cannot just use that and put the sticker and say it's .com. It's not .com. So for Wall Street understand that .com is basically it's a new intellectual property, new network, new. Well, I had Wi-Fi. I don't think .com had Wi-Fi. So I had short wireless, and then I had satellite. Satellite working, it was specifically for me because my international network is assuming long cables. If I don't have opportunity or ways to put long cables, I'm gonna use satellite. My satellite receiving, sending. So suppose here I have transmitted to satellite, and satellite transmitting to suppose Japan, because we decided it's too far away to put cables under the ocean. So we use satellite, okay? And if Japanese submitting something to America, suppose it goes to transmitter, satellite, receiver, and goes to my American system, he's getting back, it's going back. So satellite transmitting, receiving, and I have satellite between. That's how it works. Could be two satellites, but I don't want too many satellites. So, and it's digital, it's not analog. So my 92 initial thinking is it should be digital, satellite digital. So I don't think .com had any satellite. That was specifically for my international network, because I did think about long distance. Now, they added .com every time .com they have. That's not .com's network configuration and intellectual property. If you call right now anyone from .com, tell us about the international network, like Japan or India, it goes there. They don't have .com people because I came to them. They added .com for what? I don't know. They cannot add it. Like I told you, if it's my car, okay. If they want to add something, they need to buy my car in order to add, or they need to talk to me or whatever. They cannot just add. I cannot just take a car and add 2 letters. What American did, they used my intellectual property illegally, added .com. They like stole car, or many cars. Basically, American, what they want to do, they want to steal many cars, put their sticker tower. Yeah, but legally you need to have thinker. Where's the thinker? It's yours. You can say it's yours, but where's the thinker? No. So they're around and around and around because it did not come from them who's trading, but it came from some, I guess, political party which found from my ex-wife. So my ex-wife told certain politician, I assume German or Russian or some other, but they didn't get rights. So they are talking, they told them to implement, but it's not that stuff. I could be Russia too, because sometimes Russia people, trading people there, they don't have really good intellectual property that screening for trading. They think they can trade anything. From what I see, some of them think you can take anything and trade pretty much. Yeah, how do you copyright? Why you copyright? How did you get copyrights? Like Yandex, how did you get copyrights? I know that's my search engine, be it the front page or be it after that. Why do you use? And that's my international network. Why do you use? I never did a lot. And she's not wife, it's fraud. You see? Why you implement it? You see, they just, some of those people, they just took it. They think they can just take from anyone they want. But when it comes to trading, suppose they have Jewish people. Then Jewish offer an illegal use. Because Jewish people would need to have an agreement with the tenant. You cannot trade someone's intellectual property. Like biotech. In case of biotech, just check on videos. Many, I've seen people are getting arrested. Federal prison for biotech violation. What those networking people think? That's trading too. They think something wrong. So for Wall Street to understand, basically a lot of it, in reality, it's not .com. It is illegal use of someone's intellectual property. I can tell you, those major companies, they're in illegal use. Amazon, Google, Netflix, Facebook, Twitter, Yahoo, major of those companies, they're in illegal use. They cannot trade it. This Craigslist, it's not his intellectual property. They should not even start programming. It's not for them to program. Because normally software engineering has first steps. You need to decide what to program. So I had a lot of those software decisions before programming. They cannot, that's called software engineering. It's not called .com or web or anything. So they use that one. And they give to programmers, but that's illegal use. And then they added .com. So they put up some kind of stupid crap. Basically illegal use with .com name. I'm telling you. So for Wall Street to understand, you need to ask initial talent and attorney. And all those major brands, they don't have attorney and talent. The most they can have is papers look like my ex-wife and me alone. In reality, that's fraud and forgery. I was already divorced, and she decided to make money. She put wife and she signed something. That's the most you can find. So basically, illegal use. All those big companies, illegal use. So even if they added .com, it does not change anything. It's illegal use. It's like a stolen car. edit.com. Or like, okay, they want to argue it's not stolen. How not it's not stolen? You took the car and you decided to program. So if you take a car right now, you see cars. Car, here you go. For you to understand, have cars. So all those people that come, always talking about that car, they're thinking they can take this car without any proper legal ways. And suppose programming, they put stuff, you see they have the trunk. So they put like camper shell or put toolbox and put steering side. Oh, it's our car. Basically programming is just extra, right? Okay, this is our company. And we're gonna trade it. And we put .com on it. And normally it should be actually .us, not .com. If it's American company. But they decide, I don't care, but it's not .com, I'm telling you. So they are trading basically stolen car, and they're trading, suppose this truck, right? They're trading stolen truck, and they put some stuff. The programming is there. So they put programming, but the whole software engineering does not belong to them, because I had a lot of decisions, and they were using that without right permissions, only Olga's fake papers. So, and they put .com on it, where I never work on .com. Why you put, I don't know. Maybe because of network and certain technologies, but .com people that would be in illegal use. If .com people work on those software decisions, on my software decisions, they would be in illegal use. They don't have my attorney, I can tell you that. They don't have my attorney. The most .com people, if there are .com people from AT&T, those old people, the most they can have is Olga's fake papers, I allow. That's all, nothing else. So believe me, I can tell to Wall Street all these years until today, what people explore from home expect illegal use, because most of it is not belonging to .com. Most of it is my software decisions and my e-commerce. Even the browser is not .com. The .com didn't have its browser. So what you trade basically is a bunch of stuff you cannot figure out. I can tell you cannot figure out because you need to go like this. You need to go directly to the company. Okay, you Amazon. You didn't start from scratch. I can tell you Wall Street, they didn't start from scratch. Even the idea about warehouse, it does not belong to them. An international network, all those software decisions, that e-commerce, it's my e-commerce, it does not belong to them. In '92, they did not think about this. It came from my ex-wife with her party, some kind of hidden business. So you go directly to the company. How do you start from scratch? Oh, he want to keep private, blah, blah, blah. No, don't listen to it. He want to keep private? Okay, we need his attorney. Who is telling he want to keep private? His wife or his attorney? Can we see his attorney? No. So the wife doesn't want to have too many questions. So she's trying to make up as, I don't want to talk, private, blah, blah, blah. It's fraud. It's all fraud, I'm telling you. So basically, Amazon is in illegal use. They cannot copyright. If you ask, how did you copyright? Did you copyright with that initial talent? No. Why? His wife is fraud, divorced. So basically, they were using my ex-wife illegal papers, and they're trading there. And they have .com. You don't need to even look at .com. They're not really .com. If you want to see real .com, ask AT&T what's .com. How many companies? Only a few. Okay, and did you go to Colorado or whatever there in the middle of the country? Did you have international network? No. And why did you change to that? I don't know. See? So that you change, right? Yes. So somebody told you it's a new way then? Yes. Why new way? Who can talk for new way? You will see. They got from my ex-wife. But it's illegal.
Now, if somebody is saying on Wall Street we never traded,
that tells me about innovation. So, like I said before, it was to me radical innovation. Nobody was exporting from home, and then yeah, it was .com, but realistically, it was a change. It was a change from like previous configuration and software decisions to a completely different configuration and completely different new software decisions, and that was designed for many people, because realistically .com was not designed for many people, and like I said before, international market, no. So in my case, I had a lot of decisions made for many people, like YouTube. That's my decision. It's not YouTube's decision. I came to it from scratch, from nothing. I came to it. Or like I had Netflix for movies. So that's for many people. So that's innovation, because before people did not see movies from home or videos from home, or like say Amazon or eBay shopping from home. You see, so that was basically a radical innovation. And even if they added .com to that does not belong to .com. And I never worked in .com. And I came to that in Minneapolis, close to Edina. Later I worked at Seagate Technologies, which is quite close to Edina. So I have nothing to do with .com. But I came to my exploring. That's my exploring. It can be many different technologies or principles, you know, different electronics or whatever programming applied to it, but it should be some kind of certain model, a certain decision. So what they trade is basically innovation with .com sticker on it. So for Wall Street to understand, if you want to know exactly, you need to ask each individual company about the beginning. You will see it's not really .com. So .com is just the end, but to make software decisions, you need to have something else, software decision. So I would say, if it's not clear what you trade, I can tell you trade illegal use. Yeah, I'm not joking. I know what I came to. I came to software decisions for my external network. So whatever they trade, you will find those software decisions are outside of houses on external system. So whatever Al Gore was visiting, that's external system. That's not really .com way. That was actually illegal use. He was visiting illegal use. And later, when they started to trade, they trade illegal use. And that e-commerce is illegal acquiring of my e-commerce. I never did allow to use it. That's Olga's fraudulent papers. Somebody pushed them, and they started to trade my software decisions and my e-commerce. But that's not legal way. It should not be approved. It had to be disapproved. So if Wall Street is thinking something not clear, it had to be disapproved. If you need more information, just let me know. I can explain you more, because I need to know all the questions in order to answer. So, .com, what do I think? Like I said, if you go to let's say take search engines. So I came to certain search engine, LinkedIn, short text, take you to particular store. All that store is located outside of businesses. It means on external system. Let's say Colorado, Eastern Colorado. So they decided to trade search engines. That search engine, besides search engine, basically you have computers, and when you link, it goes to particular business. And then you have international network. So that is not .com, previous .com from AT&T cable to another building. So they were implementing mine And like I said, I said in 92, because I need networking. It's not really like inside of the computer building like Oracle. You have everything closed, so you don't need those networking principles. You can run from screen to the computer straight, but because of the distance, I need those networking certain technologies. So what they did, they took it. I don't know where it was implemented. They took it from that and they added to mine. So now, because Wall Street is saying nobody was trading .com, so after 92, if they had .com people, but if you check all those people, then most of them didn't work for .com. So like suppose AT&T had .com and a few buildings, right? So all those people who were trading that new external system way and those new software, they didn't work in .com. And everybody's looking and don't understand, look like .com, but it's not really those .com people, because those .com people can recognize this is a difference. It's not previous .com. You know, the search engines, even if they added .com, that is not .com search engine, because in my case, when they submit, it doesn't go to other building. It goes to, suppose, Colorado, where in Colorado I have computers and shops. Where .com in reality had wire, I have, suppose, one user, another user. Suppose one user in, let's say, Texas, another user, suppose, in New Jersey. So New Jersey submitting. Anything they submit, it goes to my external system with computers. It does not go to Texas user. You see how it works? This is how my system works. In some sense, kind of star network, but it's not really star network, because I have providers. My configuration at providers is different, and I have international network. Okay, but they stick .com to whatever. So if you ask any new people who were trading, they were claiming .com, most of them didn't work in .com. That's how you know it's a new intellectual property. Now, who can talk for that? Most likely they will say some people from Europe came, or from Russia, or whatever. Because my ex-wife, in 93, we got divorced, and she went and she started to talk, and they were implementing. So I guess with some Americans. So if you go back, they didn't work for .com, offering .com, but they are not really offering that old .com. They're offering new innovation, basically. So they are foreigners, but they didn't really work for American.com. They're foreigners. Even more, whatever they added .com to does not belong to them. So I'm in America. My ex-wife is going overseas talking. They came and talking about mine, because they probably didn't know that we got divorced. They probably believe in marriage and her stupid papers. So if you see any new after 92, that new way of .com, expect Olga's paper, that ex-wife papers, where she's talking about mine and they're trading mine, but they changed from previous way between buildings cable to my new way of exploring from home. That's illegal exploring, I can tell you. They don't have talents. They should have $0 before me. I should be getting paid first before them, because they never came to this, it's not there. But they changed everything. Basically, they made illegal use, and then they are offering. That's how you can You can stop him. If you want to stop, you can stop him. Just ask him, okay, this .com people, what you trade, they don't have any talents for that. Where did you get it? Oh, we got from Olga husband. Well, you can stop right there. They got divorced, so we cannot use it. So you basically cannot trade it. So another way .com is teachers or universities. What did you teach at university? Oh, we have .com. How does it look like? Oh, we have 10 buildings or whatever, 8 buildings, whatever. Cable between buildings. But if you move to Colorado and you have new network configuration, that's a different network configuration. So that was like supposed straight line, and now you have something different. So like FCC, Federal Communication, they should not approve illegal use. That's illegal use. It's a new network. It's not internet. Internet is a cable between users, web cable between users, and in the case of .com, cable between users. In case of AOL Star Network, from what I understand, AOL 91 Star Network, but in my case, I don't really have Star Network. I have custom network. So suppose, like I said before, suppose I have providers, okay? So I have a system in Colorado, and I'm running big bundles to like East Coast, West Coast, and I have a hub, kind of hub, and I have Star Network at the hub, for instance, and I might have the redirection there. So if New York is submitting to Europe, you don't need to go to Colorado. I have redirection with the hub, so it's not really Star Network in terms of cables go to computers. I don't have cables going to computers. I have provided cables going to certain hub of my network because I decided to stop at some point. So I have a Star Network basically without the computers. And then I have redirection. I might have redirection there. I don't want to run to Colorado and go back to Europe. So now when it comes to suppose Colorado, if I'm submitting to Japan, I can have redirection either on this side, or I have redirection over there in Colorado. I have redirection, always redirection for the purpose of going to other system based on the end. So that's not a Star Network. Star Network is only a wire going to computer, which is a longer distance wire. But you cannot call it as I don't think you can really call it as .com. .com to me appears as not really Star Network. It's more like cable between users. So basically, as you see, approved .com, this, but network configuration different. That network configuration, they basically trade illegally. They say .com, but it's not .com. It's a different network configuration. If you have a bunch of cables going one way, redirection, international, it's not .com. It doesn't work like this. They apply certain maybe things to it, but they cannot say it. So that's how you can say, okay, we have old people from .com. Did you come to the new international network? Yes, no. Some kind of new people come. So how legal? Yeah. Do you have his attorney ID? No. Why? Or his wife allowed? Stop right there. It's not wife's intellectual property, and the software are located there. So if previous way, like I said, is wired, in my case it's over there. So if Texas guy is exploring, suppose Google, so he is getting something right from Google. He goes to suppose Eastern Colorado, and then it goes back to him. He's using browser. He's downloading browser. So with .com they didn't have that way. It's a different way. It could be more like a Star Network, but like I said, it's not Star Network. It's different. And with AOL Star Network, the design decisions are different. So that's how you can say. So this is not really .com. New people keep talking about they don't have authority, nothing. How did you FCC approve? They have no explanation. So I'm telling you, that's a legal use of e-commerce. They decided to get rich by illegal use. They don't have talents. And they, for some reason, many times they say they give to Jew. So, well, the Jew is an illegal use too. If you give to Jew, it's no different. The same law system is applied to Jew or no Jew, it doesn't matter. Maybe my ex-wife trick, give to Jew and maybe Jew give money back, but it's twisting. She's trying to get Jew into twisting business and using the illegal papers because she's not wife and using forgery. She's signing for me. Jew will never approve. The Jew will never prove to anyone that's legal signature, because if records show I'm here and she's signing there, it's illegal. And plus she's saying wife, but it's a divorce certificate. So Jew would be under category of illegal use with fraud and forgery. How good that business is, and then twisting. I think my personal opinion why they found Jew, because probably Jew pay money either to her or to someone. Basically, I don't know why they decided to fool Jew, probably less risk probably. If they fool German, maybe German is more aggressive, but if they fool Jew, is kind of less aggressive. Maybe they believe. I don't know why, but I see they keep going. They are not talents, but Jew should ask, did you get rights? Yes, no, no. Can we talk to authority? Yes, no, no. So you found somewhere. Basically, it's very questionable if you are talent and you want us to implement someone's stuff, and we cannot talk. Yeah, cannot talk. Why? They must say he want privacy, blah blah. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. I'm telling you. What privacy? For privacy, I live here. She's over there. She's talking about privacy for me over there, where I never live. I did not live since '93. I did not live there. I live here, to Hawaii. So, and no my attorney. So, okay, you can very quickly separate the fooling and not fooling. And whatever they were implementing, they were adding .com, but in reality, all those new ways they were implementing with illegal papers. So that .com, I'm telling you, that .com crash should not even exist, because most of it was illegal use of my exploring, design, store design, everything. And then those software decisions on that network, they used to legally, and they multiply, make big flood, like you say, big flood of .com companies. They should never be approved, because they have no talent. Only talent can allow. They did not have talent allow. They made up as internet, but there is no internet person. Internet should be in Russian army or whatever. They don't have person like this allowing, because I came to the Minneapolis and I never worked at internet. They made up look like somebody is allowing, and a big flood of those, I think some of those crooked attorneys, they were proving not enough difference. They were proving look like it's internet. But the question should be of those attorneys, internet, we need to see. We need to see whether the guy is allowed. Oh, we have papers, husband, blah, 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 blah. Fraud, divorced. So basically, if it's fraud, divorce, this should not be approved. So all that big flood and .com crash should not exist, because that was illegal use of software decisions and that e-commerce. That was made up. They made up. It's very simple. Ask for attorney. No attorney, no ID. That's it out. Don't talk about wife and all this bullshit. So that's all I can say. Have a nice day. Bye.